Hi guys, Chef Kevin Belton here. I am so happy you're with me today. I've missed you guys so much. Today, Cherries Jubilee. Now, Auguste Escoffier, they thought he created this dish for one of Queen Victoria's Jubilees. They think the Diamond Jubilee. This was back in, I think, the 1890s, okay? Typical Cherries Jubilee is you put cherries in a pan, little sugar, little lemon juice, put a lid on it, put it on the fire. Cook it down for about 5 minutes, take the lid off, let them cook down a little more to get nice and juicy, take them off the fire, pour in a little kirsch, which is cherry liqueur, or you could use a little rum, put it back on, flame it. Once the flames go out, serve it over ice cream. Very similar to Bananas Foster. So here today, I decided to make a Cherries Jubilee cake, all right? So what I'm starting with, I have a little melted butter, and I'm just gonna put our melted butter in the pan, and I'm just going to swirl this all around. You can see how easy this is. Now, this was 2 tablespoons of butter. Now, I've got about 3 tablespoons of brown sugar. There's no rhyme or reason to this. Just take the sugar, sprinkle it along the bottom of the pan. All right? Make sure you get a little bit of everywhere. Next, cherries. And make sure you use cherries that are pitted, all right? I like to keep cherries and blueberries and stuff in the freezer. Now, what we want to make sure we have a single layer, okay? So I just make sure I jam them down in there real tight. And you know, if you don't have enough cherries, you could mix some in with blueberries. I've done that before, okay? All right. So now, this is pretty much ready to go. Look how that fit in there really tight, okay? So, cherries are in place. We've got the sugar there, all right? Now, what I have here, a cup of cake flour with a teaspoon of baking powder, 1/4 teaspoon of salt. All right, let's get that in. Just give that a little quick mix to get together. All right? This is a nice, easy, quick recipe. Here I have 2/3 cup sugar with 3 tablespoons of butter, and I just want to kind of mix this in. What's going to happen is it's going to get very crumbly, okay? And the hand mixer makes it a little bit easier. Get it nice and crumbly. It doesn't take long to get there. There, you can look at that. Look at there, gang. See, it's just kind of crumbly. But that's why it's important for this recipe, have the butter at room temperature, all right? So let it get soft. So now we want to alternate, all right? We're going to put in a little flour. We're going to put in some of the flour, do about half the flour. I have 1/3 cup of milk. So let's get a little bit of the milk in. And you know, this is the dangerous part because I always start the mixer up too fast. I'm going to try to put it on low. There we go.
That's why I'm stepping back.
I'm sorry?
That's why I'm stepping back.
That's why you're stepping back? Thank you very much. I feel the love.
Say hi to Jane and Dory.
Hi, Jane. Hi, Dory. Do not hold me responsible for you making this and eating all of it. So let's get the rest of our flour in. And remember, that was just a cup of cake flour. We can go ahead and get in the rest of our milk. And also at this point, I'm going to use a little almond extract. Just 1/2 teaspoon of almond extract. Okay? Now, I have a very, very bad habit, okay? I always sometimes kind of like freehand vanilla and things like that. When you're using extracts, especially, well, not so much almond, but especially like an orange extract, a lemon extract, a rum extract, if you overdo the extracts, it can really, it'll overpower everything, and you can't taste all the flavors. So when you use an extract, especially like an orange, a lemon, all the different extracts out there, make sure you're really careful and measure them out so it doesn't take over and overpower everything. So let's get this last little bit mixed in. And you can see this is a fairly dry batter. Now, something I did before you all got here, okay? I didn't want you all to stand around just watching me beat egg whites. Basically, I let 2 egg whites out at room temperature. I just whipped them right before we got started, okay? Really you can wait until you get to this point and whip your egg whites. I just did it ahead so you wouldn't be standing there waiting on me to beat these egg whites. So what's going to happen, these egg whites, we just want to fold them in because this is going to keep this nice and light. So just take your egg whites, plop them on in, and you just get them to stiff peaks. It was just pure egg whites. I didn't put any cream or tartar or anything like that in them, just straight up egg whites. All right, come on, everybody in the pool. And now we just want to kind of fold this over. We beat air into those egg whites. And you don't want to, I guess, decompress them. You don't want to do all that work on getting those egg whites beaten because that's the whole point, is keeping this nice and light, okay? So this is, you notice, I'm just taking my time, folding it over. And
you don't want to deflate them.
You don't want to deflate them. Thank you, Monica. That's the word I was looking for. What did I say?
I have no idea.
Inflate. I thought I was saying deflate, or.
No, you didn't say that.
We don't want them to go down. All right, guys. All right. So here we go. Now, all we have to do is take our spatula, plop it on. This is one of those where you don't have to be pretty with it. I'm going to take our spatula and kind of spread it out a little bit. Oh, yeah, there we go. Just to kind of spread it out to make sure everything is covered. The oven's preheating, 350 degrees. All right. Now, of course, bake this until, it'll take anywhere from 30 minutes. Everybody's oven is completely different, all right? 30 to 40 minutes. Basically, once it's done, you want to be able to insert a toothpick, and it comes out clean, okay? So just make sure when you insert that toothpick, it'll come out clean. So here, let's go ahead and get this baby in the oven. And here's one that I did earlier, all right? And I kind of behaved with this. I didn't do too many cherries like I packed those in, all right? Here I have some toasted almond slices. Now you can use almond slivers. Here's some almond slices. If you like almonds, you can just spread some almonds over the top. And gang, you can whip up some whipped cream with this. But let me get a knife and cut a piece right quick to show you. All right, let's try this. Let's see how my cutting skills are, how they're gonna come out. All right, you get there. This is like trying to cut a pepperoni pizza where you're gonna cut one of those pepperonis in half. Oh, come here. Oh, there you go. Look at you. Look at that. Look at that. All right. See, the cake is nice and light inside, nice fluffy cake. Those cherries add that nice little bit of sweetness just on the top. And like I said, you can put a little whipped cream on this. The other thing is, why not? This is typically served over vanilla ice cream. Do a little vanilla ice cream. If you happen to have some cherry liqueur, some kirsch, if you want to heat it up in the pan a little bit to reduce it down, and then just drizzle it over, maybe put the vanilla ice cream on top and then drizzle a little bit of that cherry liqueur over the top. Or, I tell you what, serve it just like this, okay? So, nice, simple cake. And I tell you what, this, I decided to do it with Cherries Jubilee. But while I was making this one, something I thought about, I have a few figs in the refrigerator. And I don't have enough because I've been munching on them. But I think this would work really good also with some figs. Okay, Monica didn't give me a dirty look, so you all might want to try that with some figs. Or try it with other fruit, because it's a really nice light cake to go with it, all right? So I hope you like this recipe. I hope you try this recipe. Keep washing those hands. Keep masking up, all right?
Recipe's at the top of the post.
The recipe is at the top of the post, gang, all right? And I apologize. Usually Monica goes ahead and double checks the recipe to make sure everything right. So if you see a mistake in it, it's my fault. It's me. It's not the editor, because she keeps me straight. All right. I appreciate you cooking with me today, and thank you so much for hanging out. Have yourself a fantastic afternoon for WWR. I'm Chef Kevin Belton, and we will see you soon.